So let's start this lesson. Now, for today, I have included the key concepts. All right, I've included the key concepts. I would like you to actually take a screenshot, all right, to keep these concepts with you, or if you wish to copy down, you have to copy a bit faster because today we have quite a number of MCQ to go through. Okay, now key concepts. So what is it about the food chain and food web? Right, you need to know how energy from the sun is transferred to organisms. You have any idea? How does the energy from the sun actually transfer to the organism? Organisms are all the living things, right? Including consumer, including producer, okay, be it the prey or predator. Do you all still remember this? Anyone? How does the sun's energy get transferred to us? We are consumers as well. Anyone has any idea? Let's see, I will ask Pranati.
The plants. So we consume the plant.
Ah, good. Okay, the sun provides energy for the plants to make food, remember? And then animals actually start to eat the plants, right? So the energy from the sun actually directly goes to the plant, right? But does it directly come to us? It doesn't. The energy from the sun cannot enter our body, right? We cannot be standing under the sun, then after that we feel full already, we have energy, isn't it? It doesn't work that way. So it has to go through levels after levels. So we have the producers first, getting the energy from the sun to actually make food, right? And then plants are eaten by the primary consumer. We call them the herbivores, isn't it? Plant eaters. And then secondary consumer will eat the plant eaters. And then you go on, just a few levels, and you actually have the one right at the top also. So I have shown you the food pyramid before, okay? Okay, Joshua, you asked a question here. How to screenshot on Windows? Just take your phone and take a screenshot also can. Yeah, if that's easier for you. Otherwise, you have to look for a tool. Okay, now, so how is this energy obtained by organism? I just said already, because they are eating the plants, right? And then after that, animals are eaten by other animals, etc. So a producer uses the sun's energy to produce food. Okay, what is the role of the producer? Then consumer as well. Look at the consumer. They say that consumer cannot produce its own food like us. We cannot produce our own food. Okay, we get the food either directly or indirectly from the producer. If we eat plants, if you eat vegetables, if you eat fruits, okay, you are also getting energy directly from the producer. Okay, next. I have 4 pages of key concepts, okay, but only a few points per page. So don't scare yourself. Okay, we know of different types of consumer already, right? So we have the primary, we have secondary, we have tertiary consumer. Okay, then predator is a type of consumer. Predator actually hunts and feeds on other animals. Okay, so the prey is the animal or the organism that's being hunted and eaten by the predator. Okay, so you must know what is the role of predator and prey in a community. Okay, what is their role? Okay, do you roughly know what is the role of the prey and the predator? Do you think they are both important? Any of you here feel that they are both very important in a community? Put your hands up. Yeah, Hannah, good. Okay, only Hannah agree. The rest of you didn't agree. Okay, Joshua also agree. Yes, the role of predator and prey are both important. How many of you feel that actually predator shouldn't be there? Do you know what will happen if there are no predators? Do you know what will happen? Anyone can guess? Okay, you can type in the chat also if you are too shy to unmute to give me the answer. Anyone knows what will happen? If let's say a predator is being removed, okay? Let's say a predator is being removed from a community. What will happen? Joshua, you want to answer? Okay.
So if there's no predator, can you hear me clearly?
Try again. There was a glitch.
So if there's no predators, the prey will be overpopulated and then they will have to compete for food.
Yeah, correct. Very good. Okay, so it will cause an imbalance in the food chain or food web. Pranati, I saw your answer. Yeah, the other animals, which are the, okay. All right, I know what you mean. You might not have put down in the correct statement, but I get what you mean. It is similar to what Joshua said, that there will be an imbalance. So no predator, all the prey are not eaten. When the prey are not eaten, the food of the prey will be in a shortage. There'll be too many of these prey around. Then there's competition of food. There's a lot of imbalance. And that's why you learn about the food chain and the food web, right? So if I go on to the next slide, okay, food chain actually shows food relationship between different organisms and how energy is transferred from one organism to another. You also need to know how to construct the food chains, okay? And you also need to know how to construct the food web. Food webs and food chains are different. Food chain is a very clear-cut one-liner, okay, showing you the food relationship between just a few organisms. But when you have many food chains combined together, they become interconnected, okay, and then it forms a complicated kind of relationship. It's called a food web, like a spider web, right? So you must know all these. Next, what's the effect, okay, on the rest of the food chain if there is a change in the population size of organisms, like what Joshua mentioned just now? We are lack of a predator. There'll be too many of this prey around. The prey is actually one type of organism, isn't it? So if there is sudden increase in this number, then the rest of the food chain will be affected. How? We're going to look into the questions later. You know that there are some questions that ask you about this. Oh no, Pranati, who is that? Your sister, is it? Okay, so she joins in the lesson every time. That's nice. Okay, right. So population of the producer and consumer in a food chain or food web are kept in balance. Okay, if there is nothing disrupting this particular food relationship, it's always balanced. All right. So anytime you introduce something new into the food web, something is going to happen. But eventually they will come to a balance again. Somehow nature is like that. Okay, our whole earth, our whole universe works this way. Whenever there's a disturbance, eventually we come to a balance again. Yeah. Next, a decomposer. You must know decomposer breaks down not just the dead matter, okay, not just the dead matter, also animal waste, right? These are changed into mineral salts, water, and carbon dioxide, and the mineral salts will become nutrients for plants or the producers again. Okay, so this mineral salts actually become nutrients for the producers again. Now, so we can start. Okay, let's look at the first question. Plants are important to other organisms because, okay, why are the plants important? Is it because they are decomposers? Do you think plants are decomposers? Nabil? No. Okay, we call plants the producers, right? And then do they replenish oxygen in the air? Yes or no? Yeah. Thank you, Pranati. Yeah, this is helpful. Pranati nodded her head. So it's easier. Okay. Yeah. Some of you might want to do this, like cross is wrong. or thumbs up this way. Okay, you can also use emoticons, etc. Okay, are they important to us because they produce carbon dioxide at night? Do you think that's important to us? Is it good for us? This is a question to be answered, right? Now, let me ask you, how many of you keep plants in your room? Do you have plants inside your bedroom? Or do you have plants in the living room? Okay, somebody putting out hand. Joshua, you have plants in your room. Is that right?
I just keep a bag of plants in my room.
Is it real plants or is it the plastic plants?
No, it's a real plant.
It's a real plant.
It's a bit like the medicine to like it's a bit like my mosquito repeller.
Ah, I see. But do you know that plants also need to breathe? Okay, I say breathe in that sense. Okay, plants actually respire. Okay, and then they're just like any other normal human being or living things. Okay, they breathe throughout the day. They respire. They carry out respiration. So remember, you learned this before, respiration. Okay, so plants will take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide all the time, even during the day when it's actually making food. Okay, even when they are photosynthesizing, they are also breathing. All right, so they always take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So people keep plants because they think that, plants can give out oxygen, right? When they photosynthesize. But at night when you are sleeping, you turn off the lights. What will happen? Do you think the plants will give you fresh air, oxygen? No, it will actually give you carbon dioxide. And that's going to restrict your amount of oxygen. So it's not advisable to keep plants in the bedroom, actually. Okay? In the living room, maybe it's still okay because you don't sleep there, right? But at night when you're sleeping, you turn on the aircon, you close the door, it's going to take away your oxygen. Okay, so this is not a good reason why we like plants, right? In that sense. So answer is C. Do you all have C? Okay, good. Thank you, Joshua. Okay, next, study the classification chart below. Yeah, which one of the following food web, so they are talking about the ABCD food web here, shows correctly the food relationship of the organisms. Okay, so now you need to take a look. There are organisms, P, which is the food producer. Okay, so P must be our plant, right? And then we have food consumer, herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. So it is said that Q and R, they both eat plants right now. So they are going to both eat the plant P. Do you think S and T will eat plants? Will they actually eat plant P? No. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, they are not going to eat plants, so not eating the plants. What about X and Y? Do you think they eat plants? Hannah said yes. Good. Yes. So they eat plants also. Okay, so this is a tick here. And then I will also actually put ticks here, but cross here, right? So let's check. Look at A. A tells us that, P is being consumed by Q, by R, as well as by T. So this is not correct. You saw how I actually indicated the ticks here, right? Okay, I indicated the ticks here and the crosses here. That will help me to look at my answers or look at the options and identify the right answer. This is how you do it. You will always see Miss Day writing notes, okay, making some remarks here and there, drawing. That will actually help. And especially useful when you are checking your answer again after you completed your MCQ, right? So let's look at B. Okay, so look at B. Okay, P is taken in by Q, by R, by Y. This seems to be correct, isn't it?